here with you today. I had just been in a life-threatening situation last week. And, a day after, I was okay. Because, you know what? I was a recipient of not one, but 2 units or bag of blood. I still need 2, but I have to work it out. At least by now, I'm not in the critical condition. Just so to have for you to have an idea. I don't know. I've been experiencing some physical challenges since December 2022, but I had to do what I had to do. The whole 2023, I've been meeting doctors, surgeon, all that. But it was this recent circumstances that it was all new to me, new symptoms and everything. I even had, in November, I hurt my back for 2 weeks. I was crawling because I couldn't get up the bed. I couldn't go down. That bad. I still have the pain, but it's tolerable. So, January, just this January, end of January, I had flu-like symptoms. I just had, chills and colds for 5 days, and it went away after 5 days. Then it came back as coughing, dry cough, that I was catching my breath, and it was new to me because it was like asthma. I know asthma because my kid before had asthma. So I was like, okay, why am I having asthma attacks? And I never had asthma. So I went to see my doctor, and she checked me up, and she said, I don't know why, because maybe she couldn't hear anything. Right. She said, I don't know why, but I'll give you antibiotic for 5 days. And if it's viral, then it will just go away by itself. So then when she gave me the antibiotic, I also started taking cough syrup because I was coughing consecutively, like that. And then I'm grasping for air. And then at the same time, while coughing, I couldn't control my bladder because it's just so severe. That's how bad it was. And it was last week of January, and it got better for 5 days. And it started again that January 31st. So that's basically the whole month of February. This is what's going on. And before Gala, I was actually been through a lot. That was I had the cough syrup, because of the cough syrup, it caused me some stomach upset, and I couldn't eat for 5 days. Anything I take in, it was so bad. So I was so weak, I was coughing, and I even had my period at that time. So I was like, Lord, what's happening to me? I was just in bed for 2 weeks, but I still have to do the daily activities, like daily routine. I have to prepare the breakfast, everything, take my children to the school, come back, sleep by myself. I'm alone at home. So I was all, between me and God, and I was crying, Lord, what's happening? What are you teaching me? But then I wasn't in panic. I was peaceful. And then it lingered, the shortness of breath. I couldn't even get up the stairs. After the few flight of stairs, I would stop, sit down, and take my breath, catch my breath. Then during those first 2 weeks of February, when I got better eating, the appetite, the taking in, got better. After a few days, I had this very severe headache that it was like my head was breaking into 2 pieces. That it caused my right eye to lose vision. I could only see flashes of light. But literally, I couldn't see through here. It was only on the left. And I said, if I go to the ER, I wouldn't be able to handle sitting down for hours. So I just opted to take medication at home and slept. For 3 hours, it went away, thank God. The following day, which is February 14, my family went out for a bit. And then the next day, February 15, I couldn't lift my arms anymore. I don't know what happened, but for some reason. But 3 days after, and then before the gala, it was better. So I was able to be at the gala night, thankfully. But then after the gala night, that's when I felt strange, very strange. That's when I started feeling the heaviness in my heart. it's like stone, like Ate Dazzle was mentioning. Mm, that heavy stone in the heart that's just crushing you down, that you just basically close to death, basically. Sorry, I have to drink. So then I said, "Look, I have to go to the doctor again." But this would be the third time to go to the doctor. And the Lord was saying, you have to go, ask her to basically ask for a thorough checkup. And that was after the gala night. And I had to wait for Friday because of this schedule. So I went there. I said, "Doctor, you have to check me up, everything. This is what I've been feeling." But that time, I knew already there was something wrong. So I did the ECG the same day, the X-ray, the blood work. That was the Friday. Then I came here last Sunday for church. Monday, they were calling me midnight because I have to go to the ER. But I met the doctor the Tuesday, and she said, "Your lungs are clear, your heart is clear, but you have to go to the ER now." Then I went to the ER straight. Apparently, my hemoglobin is a culprit. So nothing else, but my hemoglobin was 65 when they took the Friday, but it was already 64 when I got to the ER. And just to give you some perspective, 120 is a normal. When you get to 65, it's life-threatening. And when you get to 50, it's death. So the Lord is in my hand. I am in the Lord's hands. He didn't allow that. He was my shield. He was my protector. But I was caught off guard because I didn't feel any dizziness at all. Before, when I, feel this, it's always been a problem, the low iron. But for some reason, for the whole February, I wasn't feeling dizzy at all. But it was all the shortness of breath, chest heaviness. And the chest heaviness, when I got to the ER, was already really bad that I was just being crushed down. And so they gave me 2 bags. I spent 14 hours there. The next day, last Wednesday only, wow, after 3 hours, I got better. Like, life was so different from like 180 degree or 360, or no, 360 you should just go back, right? Is it not? 180 degree. So at first, I was hesitant to receive the blood because I was like, okay, what's going to happen? I don't know who the donor. But thankfully, God sent these angels. One more thing. I know I have so many things to share, but I know, I won't, consume the time. But one thing is, I just wanted to encourage everyone. Sometimes there are things in our life that we just wanted to go through on our own. Like you just wanted to keep it to yourself, things that you just wanted to deal by yourself. But this is one thing. At the time when the doctor called me, I was going to the ER. My husband was driving me. I was thinking, okay, should I tell the church or not? But then Angela called me. She said, for out of nowhere, because we just chat usually. She never calls me. So she called me, and Ate Jerry, it's for something else. And I said, I'm actually on the way to the ER, I said. Oh, she said. So she found about it, and of course she prayed. Then the next time, I was already waiting in the room. Another angel was trying to call me. And it was an unusual name because he's not on my phone list. It says, Robin Michael. I said, why is he calling me? So then it was another issue, but then he got to pray for me. Then I got to the ER. The doctor was Filipino. He was so accommodating. And he explained to me. He said to me, if you were a family to me, I would recommend the blood transfusion. Because I was asking for just iron infusion. Iron infusion is just readily, but then it will take 2 to 3 weeks to process for you to get that red blood cells. So imagine the importance of the blood donations. And I want to thank, like it was mentioned today, you never know how important the impact that you guys who donated blood, the impact that you're giving to patients, it won't never be I mean, when I didn't get that transfusion yet, like for me, it's like, okay, there's blood donation. But the impact that you're gonna experience being a recipient, recipient of blood is just like, it's not just basically making your life easier, comfortable, but it's literally extending your life. And you just basically extended my life. I may not be the recipient of your own, the blood from you guys, although I wish I could have received, yung blood ng mga pastor natin, so I would have received some anointing from you. But thankful, and I encourage you, like if you know you're healthy, if you know that you're able to give blood, I'm just one of those patients. And what you're doing is like, it's selflessness, and it's the same act that Christ have basically demonstrated to us. And while waiting for the blood, because it took like hours also for them to prep me and everything, I was just meditating on Christ's blood, Christ's atoning blood. And I said, there's just so much in my blood, in our blood, that would, change our life. Basically, no blood, death, right? So right now, the Lord has just renewed in my mind His atoning blood. There's so much than redemption, right? For yung blood, the blood of Christ is so much, there's so much in it. It's more than redemption. It's healing, everything. And basically, right now, if we don't have Christ in our hearts, we're dead, right? Because it's through His blood that we gave eternal life, not just this physical life, but life eternal in heaven. So would you be a recipient of Christ's blood today? He offers everlasting life. If my life was extended because of this physical blood in here, eternally, there's a blood of Christ that's being offered to us freely. Would you be a recipient today? That's all. Thank you.